They would show up with black eyes, sweaty, high on I don't even know what.
Bob had already had a conversation with me confessing that his wife had relapsed on meth.
Mariah thought my employees had a drug deal going on.
Was there a gun involved in any of this?
Yes.
I tell you what, guys, whoa.
Plaintiffs Bobby and Rebecca Humphreys claim the defendant made outrageous accusations to avoid paying for a big contracting job. They're suing for $4,445. Defendant Mariah Silva claims the plaintiffs frightened her family with violence, drug use, and nudity. She's countersuing for $4,205 for the cost of hiring a new contractor and supplies.
The whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes. I do.
I do.
I do.
Thank you. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Najee.
This is case number 088 on the docket, Humphreys versus Silva.
Okay, so I have the plaintiffs, Bobby and Rebecca Humphreys. You are suing the defendant, Mariah Silva, for breach of contract and unauthorized work. And Mariah, you are countersuing the plaintiffs for $4,205 for the cost of a new contractor and supplies. Okay, so Bobby or Rebecca, you may start.
Yes, Your Honor. I've been doing this kind of work for 30 years. I had an ad on Facebook, and Mariah's mother contacted us regarding the home, which my wife went to school with her mother. So my wife says, well, could you give them a deal?
I've known these guys. I've known Becky for years. This is her daughter. My kids used to play with them. Maya was going through some hard times. Me and Maya talked and everything, and she told me that her husband had just been deported, and she's trying to start all over. And I just told Bob, give her a break.
At first, it started out doing one thing was a fence. You know, and we put the fence up. Then it went into moving in the house to do work in the basement. We finished up what we're supposed to do. More stuff got added on. She wanted the washer and dryer moved. I moved it. I ran all new water lines, all new gas lines. Then she come down and says, I don't want it there. I want it moved over there. So I had to jackhammer up the concrete basement floor, cut off all the water lines, redo all the gas lines, and move them to the other side of the basement, which if a normal contractor would have come in there and done it, would have cost them about $4,000 to have that done. I ran new wiring, all new plumbing for the basement, for the washer, the dryer, the toilet, the sink, the shower, all new wiring for all the lighting I put up in there, cut them off to their own circuit breakers. That would probably cost another $4,000 to have a contractor come in and do it.
We had given her a quote for doing the bathroom and the bathroom sink. She had went to one of our employees and asked if he would do it on the side for $300. Then there's been times my employee came to me and told me that she had came down the stairs. She was in a light t-shirt with nothing on underneath. You could see her nipples and everything.
They were asking other things to be added on, wasn't part of the original contract.
There's been over $4,000 worth of work added on that wasn't on the contract. She went behind my back to my employees and asked them to build a closet when I wasn't there. They start building the closet. I come there and ask them what's going on. They said, well, we thought it was authorized through you. I said, no.
Mariah, what is your response to this?
On July 13th, we had signed the first contract with them to do the fence and do some sheetrock and work down in my basement. Now the fence, I needed it done because it was for my son's birthday. They got most of it finished, enough to keep the kids inside during the party. Then after the fence, they automatically went downstairs and started to do the work that was in the basement that was agreed upon in the first contract. Within a week is when things started to go downhill.
I'm starting to have a feeling here you might not have enough money, and that's fine. And I did send her texts stating that I would work with her on all of this, and I had no problem with it. And I even told her face to face, if you need something done, just let me know, because I'll work with you. I have no problem doing that.
As all this is going on, my brother is calling me at work, Mariah, it's been 4 hours already during the day, the back door is still unlocked, nobody has shown up. When they would show up with black eyes, sweaty, high on I don't even know what. Yes.
I read some of these papers. Was there a gun involved in any of this?
Yes. One of my workers took the key with them. He locked the door at his cousin's house. His cousin came to the job site. Mariah thought my employees had a drug deal going on, and this is how all that come about. She told us to pack up. She's not having us around her kids, da-da-da-da-da. This is not the only time we've been told to leave. Mariah's mother, before we canceled her off the contract and signed a new one, has come down and told me I'm not getting paid and to leave.
I came home with my 7-year-old son. We went right upstairs. He had to use the bathroom. My bathroom overlooks the back of my garage. My son is screaming, "Mommy, there's somebody in the garage." There is a woman with just shorts on in a bra. I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? My 7-year-old son, he didn't know that this was what this was going on. Needless to say, this is the same time when I pulled up with my son.
Okay.
This black SUV, blacked out limo tint, pulls up right behind me. That's when I get my son in the vehicle. I go downstairs and I say, "Who's in my garage?" Nobody knows who's in my garage. I tell my son, "Wait in the house, Mommy will be right back. I'm gonna go see who's in the garage." I go out to the garage, come to find out it's a family member of theirs. She's high, and they know I have little children in the house. This is just, and my son, my 7-year-old son, to have to witness this.
You were not comfortable with them completing the job.
She just told you she was upstairs in the house looking out the window in the bathroom. Now she just said she was in the car. The lady's out there getting wood. Have you ever seen one of them sports bras that ladies run in? It was 90-some degrees out that day.
You guys are supposed to be professional contractors. You know I have children in the home. How professional is...
If we were all high on dope and everything, everybody,
Okay.
and black eyes,
Can
I'd
I
like to
say
see who had a
something,
black
Judge?
eye.
All right, stop.
What are you referring to, Mariah?
Okay, so if you could look at Exhibit M, right after this had happened, they're telling me that the woman in my garage is a family member of theirs and that the person parked out is there to pick up a key. After hearing all this, how am I supposed to believe this, Judge? Okay?
You don't
So
pull a pistol on somebody.
I contact both of them to inform them on what's going on. I have text messages that they're going to take the family member home.
I understand the hostility. Mariah, you have a witness?
Yes.
Okay, her name is Rebecca?
Yes, Your Honor.
Rebecca Coker.
Yes.
Okay.
First of all, Mariah never pulled out a gun on anybody. She went downstairs to talk to them about who is outside, and she called Bob on the phone and was asking him what's going on. Bob had already had a conversation with me about him confessing that his wife had relapsed on meth. And yep, Bob in Mariah's living room, because he did a lot of talking.
This is a joke.
He did a lot of talking. And at that point, I was a little
I didn't think
suspicious
so.
about how this was going to go, because she was really throwing out a lot of dirty laundry. So at that point, and then all this other stuff was happening, we are aware that what's going on.
She looks like
Don't even
Oh, you're
start.
threatening
Oh,
us with
did you hear that threat?
Okay, let me get...
You said wait till she hears about me?
Here's all this.
Oh, here's all this. Okay,
Yeah,
because
'cause
you're
it's a
threatening
joke.
me. Yeah.
It's a joke.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait till she gets to me.
Take it
Okay.
somewhere else. I don't
Karma.
even care. Whatever.
Okay, hold on now. Okay.
So when this happened with Mariah pulling up, with this car pulling up real fast behind her
Okay.
and kind of spooking her,
Yeah, that's
but she
a
never
joke.
pulled out a gun. What she did is she called
it's a
Bob
joke.
and let him know that I have a gun in my household.
No,
That I
no.
will. Yes.
No, it
she-
wasn't. In fact, you weren't
that-
even there.
Yes.
You weren't there, and you weren't on the
Okay.
phone, so I don't know what you're even talking about.
Okay.
She did
All
not
right,
pull
I'll
out
tell
a
you
gun.
got
what.
proof right
That's
here.
happened.
I tell you what, guys, whoa, whatever the reason, Mariah was uncomfortable. If she didn't want your company around anymore, then that's her prerogative. Now the question is, what are you entitled to be paid for the work you did? There is something to be said, Mariah, on their point. If you were asking for work to be done that wasn't authorized because it would include extra money, then he's got a point. Now, you in your countersuit,
I have proof showing that the day that the job was supposed to be finished, you guys are choosing to walk off the job. I will pay you your money today, finish my job.
You didn't
All I
read-
wanted was my basement done. I didn't want to have to go through and hire a new contractor. I had told them, you said Friday, today the job will be done. I will pay you the money once your job is done.
Your Honor, as you look at Exhibit N, there was a leak in the basement. And I told Maya, I
Yes.
said, Maya, I could fix this. She goes, no, I'll just get concrete and do it myself. She throws down cement around the house. Well, it's still leaking. So now, why should I put sheetrock up and have black mold grow so it gets her kids sick?
The whole thing has been, it's like a big game to her.
You're saying now that you wanted them to finish the job under what the original contract and the add-ons were, minus what you already had paid them, is $4,445. That was to
Judge.
finish the job because
No, Judge.
the original agreement was for $5,000. The add-ons, which they did, is $1,175.
That I never asked them to do.
That's why your husband can't put up a wooden fence.
Sir, stop interrupting.
This $1,175, which you put down as add-ons, she is saying you were never asked to do this. I want to see that evidence.
C and
Exhibit
E.
A,
Okay.
C.
We got it. Now, that is an order for front steps and rails, connect bottom part of steps, 2x4s for walls in basement, bathroom sink, plumbing, 500 an add-on. It says on top, Bob's Handyman.
Yes.
So, okay,
So,
this
Your Honor, this
may
is what
be,
I dealt with.
Well, yeah, but okay, but the point is there any place where she signed it so we know she asked for it?
On the bottom, Your Honor.
That's not my signature.
Acceptance of proposal.
Never did
it's
I
on
sign
here.
those.
Why do
prove it.
they have the
Don't
carbon?
match us.
I have the original copies, Judge. He's a 3-time felon.
Next time you guys threaten someone with a pistol and bring it out, you're going to jail.
You would know.
You believe it?
Yes, we would.
3-time convict.
That's
Yes,
right.
sir.
Yep.
Yes, ma'am.
That's right, I am.
It's all right. That next client of yours will take you down.
Yep.
That's why she had
Okay.
talking about.
Okay.
She did
All
not
right,
pull
I'll tell
I
you
got
what.
the
one.
proof right
She doesn't
here.
have one.
That is not my signature.
They have the
If they
carbon.
want to alternate my signature, that's
Well, wait
on
a
them.
sec. There are a lot of charges
God.
being made here. Where is a copy of
And
your
you're not-
signature that I can compare it? Oh,
My signature will be on your copies on H,
Okay, wait a
I,
second.
and J.
Mariah,
Yes, Your Honor.
I am looking at the check that you wrote to Bob Humphrey. One of the checks you wrote, this was for $109.06. And I'm looking at your signature, and your signature is the same as it is. Honestly, Mariah, it is the same as it is
They have
on
the
the
carbon.
acceptance of the
You
proposal.
guys forged it.
The signature that is exactly the same is on the item that says front
Exactly.
steps and rails. That is her signature.
I have evidence showing that they decided to walk off the job. I had
I said that.
to go and hire a new contractor to
Yeah, I know
not
you
only
hired a new
finish the
contractor.
job.
Okay, on your countersuit, Mariah, what exactly is your lawsuit? What are you suing for?
I am suing for $405.82 for the supplies that I paid him for that were not mine, and $3,500 to hire a new contractor because everything, and I have an invoice from the new contractor to prove everything that was not done, that was in the contracts that were supposed to be done. I have checks on multiple occasions that I paid him thousands of dollars,
Just said you
and
paid
he
cash.
cashed them.
Your Honor, this is a $30,000 job with all the rewiring.
He
putting breaker
he gave me
systems
the
in,
price. I
putting
didn't come up
water
with this
lines
price,
in,
so don't cry about it
putting
now.
shut-off valves on everything.
All right, this is obviously a deal that went south.
Because he is not a licensed
Your Honor,
contractor.
because
Like
if you
you
said
told
The
me he
judge is
was.
speaking
Your
now.
Honor.
You're not speaking. You're not speaking. The judge is talking now.
Okay,
Can I say one more thing, Judge?
one more thing.
Please, one-
And then
please.
one more thing. That's it. I'm out of things.
Okay. I have my contracts that say paid in full. One of them's paid in full for $445. Another one showing that I paid $500 plus $2,000 plus my checks for $1,500, $109. All this money
you're out of
going
there,
out.
what you're talking about
If
now.
she didn't sign the contract, Your Honor, why would she pay it?
There is clearly evidence that Bob did a lot of work. And
And he got paid a
that-
lot
Your
of
Honor, I
money.
did.
and he got paid. The job, for whatever reason, wasn't totally completed, but he did do work. You wanted the work done either better or addition, so on your own, you went and hired someone else because you didn't get satisfaction from the person you originally hired.
They
So
walked
therefore,
off
I
and
have to
never came
balance-
back, Judge.
I understand that.
How
I'm
can they
not
just walk
asking-
off on a contract?
I'm not asking you to pay him for work he didn't do. When I see that he's suing for the $4,445, I then have to look at how much of that was actually done. And by not having it finished, you went off and got someone else to finish your job. So I'm balancing these suits.
What I'm very disappointed about, she went to my employees and asked my employees to do it.
You should have been the one to authorize it.
Oh, yes.
But it is not unreasonable for a client to believe that people that are doing the work are agents of the owner of the company. You know in the business that's not how it's done, but it's not something that she would know. You know, maybe you go and you fire some of those the guys that work for you.
He is fired.
Okay, but that's not
Judge-
her fault. They say they can do it.
Can I
She has
just-
no reason to believe that they're not authorized to do it. Having heard everybody's side, plaintiff has sued for $4,445. The defendant has countersued for $4,205. That it's unclear for why the work stopped, why one party left, whether the party felt they were told to leave, whether the other party is happy that they left. I find for the plaintiff $3,000, for the defendant in her countersuit $1,000. So in total, when I offset the two, I find for the plaintiff $2,000.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Have fun getting high with that 2,000.
Whatever you want to say, you go ahead and say it.
Correct.
Say it, because you know what? What you say is don't
You're
be
the only
judged
slut
to me.
around here that's got to prompt
So
yourself
you know
in front
what?
of
At the end of the
employees to
day,
get work done
take
right.
it somewhere else, because you know what? I would have did what I wanted to do when we walked out, and that was rip it all down, because that's exactly what you guys deserve.
Keep pissing your life away with that mouth.
Stop, don't even talk to her. It ain't even worth
all
the
right.
time.
I'm enjoying life sober.
So am I.
I don't think so.
Well, whatever you think.
Your
We
husband
got you
told me.
ways to prove it.
Your
It don't
husband
matter. I
told
don't
me
need to prove
you
my
relapsed.
self. I don't
Yeah,
need
we got
to.
you ways to prove it.
Bob, I don't need to prove myself to anybody. I know I ain't, and at the end of the day, life must suck for you. That's why I just let it go, Bob. It ain't even worth it. Please,
We just get
stop.
out of here. I don't want to be around these people. No,
No.
we'll never talk to them people again.
No, I will never, ever, ever talk to them again.
At least I have my health and my family, so.
Hey YouTube, thanks for watching. For more Judge Jerry, click here. For more Jerry Springer, click here.